Anyway, do you watch golf? You a golf guy?
I watched yesterday.
Okay.
A little bit.
I have a weird. He's the most dominant player since Tiger.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I have a weird relationship with Tiger Woods.
You do?
Well, I think I'm not even talking about off the field stuff.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about his dominance, his prime was right as I was being born.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
And then by the time I could remember sports, he still was winning majors.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
still like, I remember him playing in the 2006 US Open and Pebble Beach and, 2007 and 2008 and him still being very competitive. I remember, now this was a little bit after, when things started to go downhill, was like 2010, 2011, if I'm not mistaken. And he was competitive in the 2011 Masters, but he didn't end up winning it. And then he went on that long ass break of being 1 foot in and 1 foot out of golf.
Look at my muted words.
Why? Why do you?
I can't stand him.
Really?
Yeah, he's a hypocrite. I can't stand him.
I agree on that.
You're not going. I can't deal with hypocrites like that.
You are not going to get me arguing for
no part of my religion.
Oh no! You're not going to get me arguing for his moral compass.
He slept with his neighbor's teenage daughter who had babysit his kids.
But in terms of golf and him being dominant, right?
Yeah, I can't separate the two.
I will just separate it right now.
Okay.
I went ahead and I know he was dominant, and I vaguely remember it, but I didn't fully watch it, and it wasn't live, and I wasn't going from event to event, and there was never a point where I'm like, hey, he's golfing today. I want to sit down and I want to watch the TV.
Okay, like the majority of the country.
Yes, Scottie Scheffler has become that now after what he did yesterday.
Really?
For me now, not
he's just so boring.
But okay,
isn't he boring?
No, he's not.
He's incredibly boring.
He's not boring.
He's incredibly boring.
Wait.
He's the most boring golfer.
That's not true at all.
Most boring, great golfer of all time.
No, because he is boring if you're not a golf fan. If you're not a golf fan, he doesn't captivate.
Even for golf fans, he's boring.
No, because it's what he did on 17, that chip on 17 to secure the win. Nothing more about that.
He's a great golfer. We all know he's a great golfer. Make great shots. They all make great shots.
No, they don't all make great shots, and they all don't make mistakes like he does. He doesn't make mistakes. He makes the biggest putts in the biggest moments, and I've never seen a golfer.
He actually missed one yesterday for a birdie on 14. That's really surprising.
But there are very rare moments where there's a putt and I go, oh, there's no way he's making this. Or there's a chip or there's an iron shot, and you're like, oh, there's no way he's going to be able to figure this out. He has just made so many ridiculous shots, so much more consistently than anybody has since Tiger. And he is not on the level of Tiger. And he will never be on the level of Tiger because Tiger was more than just a great golfer. He was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
Scottie isn't that, but this guy is officially on, and maybe he was before this, like one of those runs where when we now tell the history of golf, we are going to have to bring him up. We're going to have to say his name. We're going to have to acknowledge over the last 3 years, no guy other than one other human who we could say is the greatest golfer of all time went on the run that he's going.
If it was true, golf ratings would be up.
He's
for the PGA boring. If he was, he's boring.
He's boring.
He is a great golfer. He's a great golfer. He's a great. Even people. No, even people who are golf fans, he is. I don't think
that's true.
He is. I'm telling you. I listen to a lot of national shows, right? And on Monday, the conversation about what Scottie Scheffler did, it's not there. It's just not. No one's talking about it. They're just not. Yes, he's great, but you're not having that conversation about that he's transcendent, even though he is really good. You had those conversations about Brooks Koepka when he was winning majors. You had it about Jordan Spieth when he was winning majors. They even talk about McIlroy more now than they talk because he's just boring.
I think that you were totally right. I think you are totally correct. Before this calendar year, before this calendar year, you are spot on. He was just a dude who was incredible at golf, who made the right shots, who won a lot of tournaments, was more consistent than everybody else. But in the last 13 events, he has made the top 10 times. Okay.
It's great.
That just doesn't happen. Matt, and I also think so too. his kid and his wife and like that family dynamic and like him having that has also made him more relatable, has also made him more likable.
Walmart test.
Sure.
You go Walmart.
People would know who he was.
And the thing they would remember about him the most is that he got arrested going to the tour.
And that's fine.
Period. That's all they would talk about. No, if you went and you asked 100 people outside of Walmart, I would be shocked. I would be shocked
no longer,
if you got more than 20% of the people.
I think when the year started,
20%
when the year started,
his Q rating is so low.
When the year started, you were right. You were totally right when the year started. But him winning the Claret Jug, him winning the Masters, him winning all these other tournaments, and now you watch the Ryder Cup. When he leads the Americans in the Ryder Cup, his star will continue to build more. He is
not they lose.
He is on
like they're projected to do.
He is on a dominant run that no other men in that sport has been on. And he will, like I said, he will never be to the level of a Tiger in terms of, man, I have to sit down and I have to watch it. But we are getting to the point now, he won't be at the level of Tiger where he transcends the sport and completely changes the sport, and we think of the sport completely differently now. But he is now at the point where if Scottie Scheffler is golfing on a Saturday or a Sunday and he is in a tournament, you have to sit down and you have to watch it because you know he's going to make shots
people aren't doing it
at a consistent rate that people haven't done it before.
So
and if you calling him boring, that's fine. I think golf fans don't find anything there was nothing boring about what he did.
It's a niche. First of all, it's a niche sport. So you have to be able to get more people other than the niche people to watch it.
Sure.
You do that same test at Walmart and you ask people about Bryson DeChambeau. I bet you have twice as many people who know who he is.
God, no.
Yes, they
God,
do. Twice
no.
as people know who he is because
I don't agree with
he's
that.
more in the viral situation. He's had more of the conversation because a big part of Q rating is people not liking you and liking you. And so he's got that. He's got people who don't like him and do like him. And so because of that, Bryson DeChambeau is more well known nationally than the greatest golfer in the game.
I think that people who are fans of Bryson DeChambeau, you can't be a fan of Bryson DeChambeau without being a fan of golf, okay? Because it's all golf centric. And if you're a fan of golf and you're a fan of Bryson DeChambeau, you are aware of who he is losing to week in and week out.
No, see, that's it. See,
major in and major out.
Here's what
they don't compete against. There's no way he's more well known.
Here's the thing about your argument is it doesn't matter who wins. That's the funny part about it. In terms of notoriety, it does not matter who wins.
But when you win at the
rate of being known, okay, and people know
when
who
you win
are.
at the rate that he is currently winning at, it's impossible for you not to know.
It is really possible.
No, it isn't. Because
he's
going to be on the ESPN ticker. We're going to talk about him on Fox. We're talking about him in Omaha Radio. The guy
you're talking about him. He would not come up if.
You can say it.
I would say
you can say it. You can say it.
He would not come up on the majority of the shows.
No. If you just say if you were back and you were hosting these shows,
I would not be talking about.
You would not bring him up.
No,
we weren't going to have a full segment about him until you said that he is boring.
That's accurate. He's boring.
I think if you're
I think if you actually play the Google test. You ever play the Google test where you start putting someone's name in and see what gets filled by? You ever do that? The Google test.
Who would be second for Scottie? Scottie McCreery.
Put in Scott.
See, I can't because I've looked in. It automatically. Let me pull up Chrome. Because I don't use Chrome. I use Firefox. If you know, you know. Trying to load right now. I don't think there's no way. I couldn't disagree with you more that Scottie that Bryson DeChambeau. I understand what you're saying about the whole YouTube thing, but if you're consuming YouTube golf, you are already
that is the number
fan.
one. That YouTube is the number one watch product in TV.
But I'm saying that
here's the AI overview. Scottie Scheffler's golf game is often described as boring due to his consistency and lack of flashy emotional moments. That's
no.
I'm just saying it starts with
that's
in the AI overview.
Okay, the AI overview says that because what did I say to you? The people who are not fans of sports and who are not fans of golf, okay, sure, might find the guy to be a little bit mundane. But if you go ahead and you watch him, and you are watching him play,
I watched him yesterday.
There was nothing boring about what he did yesterday. He was making putts left and right. He was hitting shots that nobody else was consistently hitting. He was making chips. That chip on 17 is one of the best shots that I've ever seen in my entire life. What is boring about that? And what is boring about that whole entire
That is not one of the greatest shots you've ever seen in your life.
That's
come on, man.
Where he was on the hill, from how far away
the
hole was, how it broke.
Yeah,
that's an incredible shot. And the 17th hole to hit one more shot to like secure your tournament win, that's one of the best shots I've seen.
Okay.
It's one of the best shots I've seen.
I don't think nationally you're relating to what everyone else is thinking about when they think about golf right now.
What do you think about golf when you think about golf right
now?
Because
not a ton. You actually, it's funny because I turn on obviously on Saturdays and Sundays, and there's not a lot to get me excited. I'd love to see McIlroy figure it out and be a consistent top 10, top 5, top 15 guy and not have the rounds like he had on Saturday. I would like to see that. But other than that, there's nothing really. Like I was sitting with two incredibly huge golf fans. One guy played golf in college.
Yeah.
The other guy played golf in high school. Very, very much so. We talked about a lot of different golfers. We mainly talked about the Ryder Cup and how the Americans are probably going to lose. But we were going over that, and there wasn't much talk about Scottie, and Scottie was leading the thing. We watched the last 8 holes.
I think unfortunately for golf, what we talk about more is the fact that it's so separated right now with LIV and PGA.
Yeah, that's definitely. This reminds me a lot of what happened with Formula One or open wheel racing when you had the separation and everybody was watching the Indianapolis 500, tuning in on that holiday, and then all of a sudden you had the break off and people were like, everything dropped. Yeah. There's a little bit of that. Yeah.
Hey, look, I think that it's simple as this. If you love golf and you enjoy watching golf and you appreciate golf, I think you think Scottie Scheffler is awesome. If you're not that big of a fan of golf, I don't think you're wrong. But I do think as he continues to win, he continues to build his brand and continues to build his character. And
you think people cheer for him?
People are cheering.
You think golf fans cheer for him?
Oh God, yes. Because he is on a run that no one else has been on since the greatest.
Because he's not valuable betting because of the way the numbers are. Yeah.
Not anymore.